In this video, we're going to keep plugging along on my bathroom remodel, and we're going to do it right now. So because this insulation is not the best, we're going to take it out and we're going to put brand new stuff in and get it all sealed up. That's what we're going to start with anyways. So how about a time lapse? Insulation gone. Everything looks really clean. No mold. No rot anywhere, which is great. So this piece that I was talking about in a previous episode, it just kind of hangs there. So I'm gonna need to put a 2x4 there. I'll probably put another one, you know, put one down here and then one beside it all the way up. And I'll probably take this piece out so I can insulate right in there. And then over here, I ended up taking this apart because I'm gonna have to redo these nailers because that's just not gonna work for me. So I'm gonna put a 2x4 from the bottom all the way up, and I wanted to take this piece out so I could get to the screws to take those off, and I found wires. So I'm gonna have to be very careful not to get those wet in the meantime. And when I go to put my backer board on, whatever I use, I gotta make sure not to screw into those. I'll put some plates up here so I don't. It's not ideal to have wiring behind here. I know there's like an outlet for the kitchen right here, but there's nothing I can do about it. But luckily this all gets waterproofed, and as long as it doesn't leak, I'll be good. And then up here, you can see my soffit for my kitchen. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna take these pieces off and then insulate behind there, put a 2x4 on for my nailer, and then insulate this and insulate the rest of the wall. Okay, I'll make sure there's no nails that are going to be in my way for the 2x4. I can measure for my insulation. Tuck it in there. You want the vapor barrier, which is this paper, to face the heat source. Tuck that in there. Nice and even. It's actually out a little bit, but when I put my 2x4 here, it'll snug it in. This stuff will expand a little bit, fluff it up, and now I can measure for my 2x4 to put in there for a nailer, so I can have something on the edge to nail my concrete board or backer board or whatever I'm going to do for the shower. I'm going to reuse this block and put it here so I have something to screw to on the bottom, because I'm not going to be able to get anything down there. Start these there and on the bottom. Somebody did ask if you're able to touch this stuff with your hands, and I would recommend not touching it. You can, they just might be itchy. Not the best thing to do, but it's really hard to work with this stuff with gloves when you're doing stuff like this. When I do the rest of the wall, I'll definitely wear gloves. There we go. Now I can put my block in, and I won't be crushing the insulation. The reason you don't want to crush the insulation is because once you crush it, it's not as effective. You lose R value. So it needs that space to insulate. Perfect. Let's see if I can actually get this thing in here. It's going to be tight. That's probably why they didn't put it in to begin with, because this could be a pain. Got it. Now let's take care of this one. That's much better. We got some nice solid nailers there, studs all the way up. Now we can insulate. Time lapse. Much better. Nice and clean, brand new insulation. That wall is done. Nailers are all set. Everything's insulated. Vapor barrier. I chose to use the faced insulation, which is this paper. I'm going to do the ceiling with unfaced like it is, but you know, I got to add some up top, and then I'll do plastic as a vapor barrier up there. This is great. Speaking of plastic, I got to put a piece here so we can actually take a shower. So that's where we're going to wrap this one up, and be sure to tune in next time. If you want to see more videos on this bathroom remodel, you can click hereish and hereish and check those out. And if this is your first time, definitely consider subscribing. The little red button down there. So I'll meet you over there or there.